Are you tired of feeling stuck in your own body, constantly fighting symptoms like fatigue, stubborn weight gain, depression, anxiety, brain fog, hair loss, feeling cold all the time, and mood swings? Are hormonal challenges and stress driving you crazy? And are you just simply not feeling yourself? Maybe your metabolism is slowing down no matter what you do. Now, if this sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone and you are in the right place. You're not imagining it. And it's not your fault. These symptoms are often signs of deeper imbalances in the body. And the good news is that once you know why all of this is happening, you can finally start taking back control of your health and start really getting you the quality of your life back. And I'm here to help you do that. Hi, I'm Dr. Forrest Sauer, a board-certified doctor of chiropractic medicine specializing in functional medicine and functional endocrinology. Basically, that means fixing the root cause of the disease and hormonal imbalance. Now, at my clinic, we work with people who are constantly drained mentally, physically, emotionally, and don't know why. You see, what many don't realize is that long-term stress hormones, especially cortisol, are at the root of long-term inflammation and energy crashes. What these do is they quietly wear down your body day after day after day, leaving you wired and tired, inflamed and frustrated, with doctors who say everything looks normal. Now, over the years, I've had the privilege of guiding thousands of clients towards real answers by understanding what's really happening on the inside of the body, not just temporary fixes, and we get to show them a way of life that allows them to keep those results for good. And it all comes down to three essential truths that anyone struggling with chronic inflammation or low energy needs to understand. But before we dive into these, let me share one of the stories of one of my clients, Kelly. She was a woman who thought she was just burned out from life, but whose symptoms were anything but normal. You see, Kelly came to me exhausted. She was frustrated and she wasn't sure about what to do next. She was 51 years old and had been riding on this emotional roller coaster for years, swinging between stubborn weight gain and mood swings and zero energy, no matter how much she slept. Now, even though she was eating clean and staying active and taking supplements, she still had gained 10 pounds over the past year. And that extra weight made her feel uncomfortable in her own skin, especially around her husband and her family. Now, her hair, it was thinning. She was always tired. Despite the 7 to 8 hours of sleep, she woke up drained day after day. Now, the worst of all is she started blaming herself, knowing that she should be better than what she was. She felt guilty at not fully being present at work and even more so at home. Now, her primary doctor told her that everything looked normal, but deep down, Kelly knew that something wasn't right. What was actually going on was her body was stuck in stress mode. Years of high cortisol and inflammation were quietly hijacking her energy, her metabolism, and her mood, and no one was really connecting all of those dots together. So we ran what I call a nose-to-toes lab panel. We didn't just simply look at the typical thyroid. We looked at everything. We fully explained everything. What Kelly's body was going on was her body was inflamed and it was overloaded. Her cortisol levels were way out of balance and her liver was struggling to detox properly. Her vitamin D was critically low and she had a hidden gut infection. And all of this was silently draining her energy and fueling her inflammation. Now, here's what we did. Once we started supporting her gut, helping her liver clear out all the junk, and we calmed down the stress response in her body, not remove the stress from her life, but calm down the stress response, and we got to dial in her nutrition, this is when things started to shift fast for her. Her energy came back, her brain fog suddenly lifted, and she started losing weight without obsessing over it. Now, for the first time in years, Kelly said that she finally felt like herself again. And when it comes to your health, especially your energy and inflammation levels, it's all about balance. Your body has three major hormone systems working together. Number one is the stress hormones, then you have the thyroid hormones, and then lastly, you have your sex hormones. Now, none of them should be too high or too low. We're aiming for what I call the Goldilocks zone. That is just right balance, and that's exactly what Kelly needed. So we took a steady, consistent approach to help her get there naturally. Now that meant looking beyond her symptoms and digging into her root causes. We examined her gut, we supported her liver, and we tracked where the inflammation was actually coming from instead of just trying to fight the inflammation itself. So that way we could calm down the fire instead of just put band-aids on top of it. And the truth is, when stress hormones are high, they throw everything off. They throw your energy, your weight, your sleep, and even your mood. And that's why we don't just simply treat one system in the body, but we take a whole body approach. Because when your hormones are balanced and your inflammation is under control, you don't just feel better physically, you show up better for life. And that's the kind of transformation that we help clients achieve. And this is very, very similar to Danny, who was only in her 30s. She came to me feeling completely burned out. She was dealing with extreme fatigue, low sex drive, anxiety, and depression, and couldn't focus or remember simple things. Now, despite Danny staying active, she was barely keeping up with work, friends, and family. She had a hard time spinning all the plates. You see, years ago, she had been diagnosed with hypothyroidism and was put on a thyroid medication, but it never fixed the problem. Deep down, Danny knew that there had to be more to the story. Now, after running deeper testing, we uncovered something that Danny had never been told. Her problem wasn't really a thyroid problem. It was a stress and liver problem. Yes, she had the classic thyroid symptoms. She was fatigued, she had brain fog, she had low mood, but her thyroid labs didn't explain the full picture. You see, the real issue was that her body wasn't converting the hormones, the thyroid hormones, for energy, and that conversion mostly happens in the liver, not the thyroid. Now, years of chronic stress had put extra strain on Danny's liver, raising her inflammation and throwing her hormones completely off balance. Danny's vitamin D was critically low, and her liver was blocked, and her stress hormones were too high, and she kept feeling stuck in this cycle of burnout. No amount of thyroid medication was going to fix that. Now, once we started supporting her liver, calming down her stress response, lowering her inflammation, everything began to shift. Her energy came back. Her mood stabilized. Her body finally started working for her, not against her. And for the first time in years, Danny felt like herself again, not just medicated and dismissed, but completely different. Now again, the first step is to do the correct testing to discover what's wrong in the first place. And what I've found in helping thousands of clients is that health insurance only will pay for labs that they can then prescribe drugs for. Now, for my own personal story, my health started going downhill when I was in my early 20s. I was exhausted all of the time. I was struggling with depression and anxiety. My metabolism had slowed down, and so I was gaining weight. I was struggling with irritable bowel syndrome, so I never knew what to expect. And my brain fog was literally so bad that I was forgetting people's names that I had known for years. Now this obviously, as maybe with you as well, rocked my confidence and made me second guess myself even for simple decisions. I started to withdraw from things that I used to think were a lot of fun, like playing sports or calling someone up just to say hi or go on a walk with my wife. Now I knew something was off, but I had no idea what it could be. And it wasn't until I dug deeper and ran the right tests that I realized I was a mess. My blood sugar was elevated. My thyroid wasn't working. My liver wasn't getting the garbage out of my body. And this led me to take action, not just for myself, but for my wife and my clients as well. Now, I've made it my mission to teach others so that way they don't have to go through the same struggle that I had to go through. And I want to show them a way out. Because for everyone that I get to help, it's like I'm saving the Forrest that I should have become. And I should have became a fatter, sicker, more depressed me. And I want to help you experience the same changes that Kelly, that Danny, and thousands of others have experienced. So again, if you want to stop spinning your wheels and take back control, here are the 3 essential truths about stress and hormonal health that you need to know. Truth number one, the real reason you're stuck has nothing to do with willpower. I'm guessing this isn't the first time that you've looked for answers for your health. Maybe you've cleaned up your diet. Maybe you started exercising more, or even tried some medications, and yet you're still feeling exhausted, inflamed, and stuck at the same weight. That's because when stress hormones are out of balance, they don't just mess with your metabolism. They disrupt every single cell in your body. Long-term stress leads to problems with your gut, low nutrients, mood swings, brain fog, and even hair loss. And until you address the root cause, whether it's a blocked liver, poor hormone conversion, or hidden inflammation, or an autoimmune trigger, you'll keep spinning your wheels and feeling like you're on a vicious cycle. Because the problem isn't just what you eat or how much you move, it's what your body is doing with it that matters. And if stress hormones are hijacking your system, the results just won't come. You may have all of the desire in the world and all the motivation to make changes, but as hard as you try, you're not getting what you're looking for. That's because when it comes to stress hormones, diet and lifestyle are important. Yes, absolutely, but they're only the very beginning. There is so much more that is happening underneath the surface that most doctors either don't test for or frankly don't understand. I've met endocrinologists, doctors who specialize in hormones, who completely miss how stress, cortisol, and inflammation can actually affect the body. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel anxious and tired, it disrupts your digestion, it destroys your energy, and it throws off your sleep and makes it nearly impossible to lose weight. And the worst part is most people just simply chalk these symptoms up to just getting older, when really it's their stress response running in overdrive and ruining their life. I'll hear people say all the time that the real reason they're gaining weight, becoming more tired, and becoming more moody is because they're getting older. And this is simply not true. Just because the normal American experiences these symptoms doesn't mean it's normal or you have to. The average American is sick, not healthy. It doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck there. And that is why it's so important to look at the body as a whole so that way you can age gracefully. Now for truth number two. Your labs aren't normal, they're incomplete. Most people I work with have already been told your labs look fine, but if you are still feeling inflamed and exhausted and feeling like your body is falling apart, then clearly something is being missed. That's because standard blood work only scratches the surface. And maybe they checked your thyroid or a basic blood work, but they didn't look at how the stress was impacting your hormones, your gut, and your liver and your inflammation. Now in my practice, we dig deeper. We look at everything: liver function, thyroid, nutrient levels, and even hidden infections in the gut, just to name a few. There's many more, but that's just to name a few. Why? Because your symptoms are real. And we need the real data to find the root cause. Without this level of testing, you're just guessing. You waste time, money, and energy chasing after answers that never fully work because they're not aimed at the real problem to begin with. And the longer these health problems go on, and the longer they exist and go unaddressed, the more stuck you feel. It's not aging. It's not just in your head. You're simply not given the whole picture yet. Now for truth number three. Doing nothing makes it worse. Let's be clear. Ignoring your symptoms doesn't make them go away. It lets them settle in. Chronic fatigue, brain fog, swelling, joint pain, low mood, weight gain, it doesn't just simply level off, it becomes worse. Now, when stress hormones stay high and inflammation simmers beneath the surface, your energy keeps tanking and your immune system is going to start misfiring, and this is how your body starts to break down faster than what it should. Now, if we leave these unaddressed, these issues often will snowball into full-blown autoimmune problems, hormonal crashes, or full body breakdowns that pull you further out of the life that you wanted in the first place. And here's the hard truth. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to bounce back. But the good news is you can reverse. You can turn things around. With the right plan tailored to your body, you can calm down the inflammation. You can reset the stress response, and you can finally get your energy back. The key The whole secret is having a personalized plan, not cookie cutter advice. Whether it comes down to improving your nutrition, restoring your gut function, or rebalancing your hormones, taking action is how you get out of this cycle back into your life. Now, for example, if you're over the age of 40, your body is going to start to change. The weight is going to start going up, the muscle mass is going to start going down, and this problem can't be solved with simply diet and exercise. Your cells, they're going to start to slow. Your sex hormones are going to start to change, which is why so many men and women start to notice that the sex drive starts to go down when the weight goes up. Now, here's the reality. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And these changes can snowball. Now, just imagine your stress and your thyroid and poor gut health and your inflammation, all of that together slows your metabolism down just by 100 calories per day, and you do that for a year. That is enough for a 10-pound weight gain without changing a thing. Now, this cycle is only going to get worse with poor sleep, more stress, and other hormonal imbalances. This can feel impossible to escape. I promise you, you do have options, and there is hope. I'm not just concerned about how you feel right now. I also want you to achieve lifelong results that have you get the best outcomes that are not just for who you are right now, but who you want to be in the future. And that way you can look forward to a future feeling confident and heading into a healthier direction instead of circling the toilet bowl. Now, the good news is that it doesn't have to stay this way, and you can change. With the right plan tailored for your needs, you can stop this cycle in its tracks and start reclaiming control over your health, and you can do it today. I've developed an approach to healing, applying the best conventional, natural, functional, and lifestyle medicine. This isn't the standard take the pill and hope for the best approach that you'll find with your standard doctor. While our healthcare system is great if you need emergency care like with a heart attack, a stroke, or a broken bone, I know, and you most likely know, that when it comes to more chronic issues like anxiety, depression, high cholesterol, blood sugar issues, or hormonal imbalances, weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid, fatigue, autoimmune problems, just to name a few, these don't respond well to a pill for an ill approach. You may get some results in the short term, but there is no cure or resolution or end in sight. This is where functional medicine gets to shine. And when we use it correctly, the cure is in the whole body approach. Using all of my knowledge from years in medicine, we simplify it to what I call the pillars of health: nutritional support, stress management, mental, emotional, and mindset health, biochemical health, things like hormones and biochemistry and inflammation and lifestyle support, movement, how the body is supposed to move, gut health, and of course, mentorship. Our process is designed to get things moving and help you start feeling the changes as soon as possible. We put everything together in an all-inclusive package that gives you your personal blueprint to heal your body from the inside out. We're going to look at your case from nose to toes, so you will know exactly what's going on and how to get at the root cause of your symptoms. And almost most importantly, how to reverse them in the first place. My goal is to help you feel empowered and to take control of your health and your life. The reason why we're so successful is simple: balancing your hormones with dedicated support and a good team for those weeks when you feel stuck. We are here to get you back on track. Whether it's sleep issues, managing your own emotions or other people's emotions, or dealing with unexpected stress, we are here to guide you every single step of the way. My goal is pretty simple. Let's get you back to feeling great, regain your energy, your confidence, so that way you can finally experience the freedom of knowing how to maintain your health without the extreme restrictions or constant frustration. So what should you expect when you start a journey with us? Number one is we work to find the root cause. Most of the lab work your conventional doctor is allowed to run is what I would consider cute. Health insurance will only pay for labs that they can prescribe drugs for. So we do advanced lab work to pinpoint exactly what is working and what's not working in the body. Now, number two, we create a personalized plan Around these pillars of health using functional medicine, we target the root cause with tailored nutrition, supplements, vitamins, and lifestyle modifications. Now, number 3, we support you every single step of the way. You'll have dedicated access to us and our team. You'll never be on your own. Our process is specifically designed to deliver long-term results with the knowledge and the tools in your hands to control your health and feel empowered in your own body once again. So, are you ready to take back control? Getting started is simple. Click on the link to book a discovery call with me and my team. The purpose of this call is to learn more about you, answer your questions, discuss your goals, and help you decide if we're the right fit for your journey for better health. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to meet you and help you start your journey soon.